It should be a two-way communication. Uh, if possible, make switch on your voice. Some of you guys, anyone, so that yeah. Okay. If there is any background noise, please shut it on. Okay. Okay. So I can see Deepika and some people can. So Vinay, can you hear? You can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay, guys. Fine. So let's start. So today, basically, actually, last you have been there in the first class of mine, right? Our initial class. What is Java? And we had seen how Java compiles and interprets the code you write. Am I right? So let me show you what actually a quick recap. Okay, so that let's continue the course. What we are going to do. Okay, let me share my screen. Once you guys are watching, please let me know. Okay. Can you see my screen? You guys can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So in the last session, right, what we had seen is what is Java and how Java compiler. So if you download, if you need to run a Java application in your device, you need to download Java from Oracle website, right? So there you are going to download a device called a JDK. It's a Java development kit, which actually comes with two things. One is JRE and one is JVM. Am I right? This is what we saw. Am I right? Now, out of these things, JVM is responsible enough to do two things. One is compile, and the other one is interpret. So this is what we actually saw in the previous class. So, and we also saw how Java compiles and interprets the code. Am I right? So, any doubts till now, or you want me to recap again? Is everything okay? Because today is our first start. I'll be moving to the first topic of our Java. So before that, if you want anyone to understand how Java compiles and all these things, please let me know. Is anyone interested, or can we move forward? If anyone and one more thing, guys, if anyone have any doubt, please switch on your mic and interrupt me. Okay. I want people to interrupt me. Okay, while I'm speaking. Please switch on your mic. Feel free. No worries. We'll consider one by one.
Understood, sir.
So who is that? Who is that? Okay. Please tell your name. Okay. Meanwhile, because our journey should continue for a long time, I need to remember your guys' names. Okay. Please mention your name and tell me your doubt. Okay. So I think Vinay, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So we want from basic. Okay, fine.
Naga.
Naga. Okay. Hi, Naga. Okay. So last time what I had told you is why Java is very important in today's world, even though we have very familiar languages like C and C++, Python, and so many things. Why there is a requirement to go to Java? Okay. So we had seen that actually a program which was developed. Basically, I'm going through a fast recap, but we will not miss the each point because we will discuss this, and it's a repetitive story in all our classes. Okay, you didn't miss much. So today I will give you a short recap of our first class, and then we will start the actual topic. Okay, so this is very important. Try to understand. So, so okay. And yesterday, last time, what I told you is there is a developer who actually knows C language, and he had developed a code. For example, XYZ dot C on his Windows machine. Okay, on his Windows machine. Windows machine means Windows computer. Okay, Windows OS. Are you getting? Guys, switch on your mics. Feel free to switch on your mics. No worries. I need the response. Okay. So there is a developer who is actually developing a code using C language, and the application name is xyz.c. It is like a game. Imagine it's a game like PUBG. Okay, you already know what is PUBG means. So imagine he developed a code called PUBG game, and he want his users or his fans, where he posted it on some website, to download this game and play on their devices. Okay, so that he will earn some money. So now this person who developed this code, this game, was using a Windows machine, Windows laptop. Okay, but actually the problem is he kept this file xyz.c on his website, and a person who is utilizing a Mac or iOS or Apple, okay, Apple device, he wants to play this game, download this game and play this game, but there is a problem here an issue will come here. Okay, so why? Because the compiler of C language cannot compile and execute this code according to the machine which is used by other guys. Okay, so any doubt till now? Is everything clear?
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Yes, sir.
okay, fine. So why? Because why I am converting? Why I am converting a .c file to some other machine? Because I am a human being, so I can understand what is there inside a .c file because I wrote the code. But machine cannot understand English and alphabets. Am I right? So a machine will understand only two things. What are they? Either 0 or 1.
Binary.
Or one,
Binary
sir.
code. Exactly, binary code. So someone should be there in between to convert this xyz.c to an executable code, that is xyz.exe file. Got it? So this is getting failed. The conversion is getting failed in other languages. Why? Because the interpreters of those languages, either C, C++, or Python, are getting failed. Why? Because there is a dependency on platform. The compiler interpreter, the interpreters of different languages are saying that, boss, Mr. Developer, whom developed PUBG.c should not develop on Windows. If you want to run on Mac, you should buy a Mac laptop and develop that. You should develop on Mac Windows, but that is not possible, right? So this problem is called platform dependency. Okay. Now, any doubt, Matil? No. Anyone? Please let me know.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Clear, right? Now, I hope everyone is clear. Now, to avoid this concept, we invented a platform called Java. We invented a programming language, not we, actually it's James Gosling team who were working for Sun Microsystem at the time. So they had invented a Java language. So similarly, a developer who wrote this game using Java language. So when I say .java and .c as extensions, these are files, okay, in which your code will be written for your game PUBG, okay. So this is PUBG.java. Now similarly, this guy wrote it on Windows. Okay, Windows platform. Very good. So Windows platform. Now again, the developer of this game want his fans to run your PUBG.com. Okay, I mean PUBG.java file or .exe file. Now similarly, there is compiler and interpreter for Java as well. So what actually he will do here is he will pass the .java file to compiler of his code of his programming language, that is Java, and the name of the compiler is Java C. Okay, so the compiler name of a compiler Java is Java C. When it gives to compiler of Java, generally compilers, what is the use of compiler is it will check the syntax of your code. Okay, what is meant by syntax? A syntax is nothing but a grammar for your general language. Every language, English and Tamil and whatever it may be, all the languages do have a grammar. Am I right? Every language will have grammar. Am I right, guys?
Yes, sir.
So what is meant by grammar? If you speak, if there is, it's a kind of rule. For example, in past tense you should use was. In present tense you should use is. It's a frame of set of rules. Am I right? To make our language bit constructive. So similarly, every program language will have a grammar called syntax. Okay, syntax is just a rule. It's there is no. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Hello. So that's it, guys. Okay. So when where are we actually, guys? Tell me, where are we?
Syntax.
Yeah. So syntax. A compiler is a special program provided by the compile Java program developers itself, which is actually running behind your code, which is actually checking the syntax line by line in your code. Okay. Java developer said that every line should end with a semicolon. So our compiler will check that one. Got it? If the syntax or rules getting missed in our code, it will throw you an error called compilation error. We will see one by one. Okay. But the Java compiler will do the second job. It is actually it is creating a new file from pubg.java to pubg.class file. Okay. So this is a new file which is getting converted after the compilation of Java code. Got it? So right now what I am trying to say is pubg.java is understandable by human being. So that is why he wrote the code. And some .exe file is understandable by machine, that is in binary format. So somehow this was understood by developer and this was understood by computer. But pubg.class file is or neither understandable by human nor machine. Okay, it is not for reading purpose for even for machine or human beings. Okay, so who will understand this guy now? pubg.class file pubg.class file will be understandable by the person called JVM of Mac laptop.
G.
Okay, okay? JVM of Mac OS or iOS. Okay, JVM of Mac OS, which is sitting on top of your machine. Okay, Mac device. How you got this JVM of Mac on your computer? Actually, before downloading the pubg.class file, you suggested your users that, Mister, if you want to play Java games, you need to download Java from a machine. Okay, you need to download Java for your own machine. Then you will go to Oracle website. Once we will see all these things when we start writing, installing the Eclipse and all these things. Okay, so you will go to Oracle website and there you will see Java, download Java for Windows, download Java for Mac, download Java for Linux. Okay, Java is structured and packaged and it is given for your own platforms. Okay, so you downloaded, that guy who want to play the game of pubg.java downloaded Java for his Mac device. Got it? So what is the purpose of this JVM sitting on this device? It can understand the pubg.class file and just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. One of the office calls I'm getting. Is it okay, guys? Yes. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the disturbance. So, is it okay till now? So, any doubt, guys, till now? Please let me know. Any doubt, ma? Till now?
No, sir.
All right. So now JVM of Mac device will understand the pubg.class file. We will see what is there inside that pubg.class file and it will convert it to the pubg.exe file according to your Mac device. Okay. So this is how Java achieved the platform independent concept, platform dependency. Okay, you can develop a code on any device or any platform and you can run it on any platform. Okay, this concept is called Aura. Okay, what is Aura? Write once, write once, and run anywhere. Okay. So this is why a requirement came to develop a Java programming language called Java. Got it? Guys, anyone want to repeat me? Could you please let me know? Uh, any doubt?
It again, sir.
Can I repeat it? Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, okay. So previously we developed C language, we developed the code using C language on a Windows platform, and you want to run it this code on Mac device, okay? But the compiler of C language is failing to convert, the interpreter of C language is failing to convert your .xyz.c file to .exe file, okay, which is a binary code. Why we should do conversion means computer will understand only binary code, okay? Now similarly, the Java file, coming to Java, you wrote a PUBG.java which is written on Windows, and the compiler of Java language, actually here, see here, C language also will have a compiler, okay? C language will also have a compiler. What it does is actually it will simply check the syntax, okay? Every compilers of on this in this world, right, will do the same thing, syntax check. And we also see what is meant by syntax. And this compiler is not going to do anything. After that, we are going to give it to the interpreter, okay? So interpreter of C language. So interpreter of C language is completely failed here. It is not intelligent enough to convert the .c file to a .exe file. But coming how Java interpreter did that here is, so Java, similarly you're writing the code using PUBG.java which is written on Windows, and you gave it to the compiler similarly like C language. What it actually does, initially it does the same thing like syntax check, it does the same thing like C compiler, am I right? Once the syntax check was done, it was given to an interpreter. But before that, our compiler is doing another job. After syntax check, it is creating a new file called pubg.class file. Okay, it's a file, and this file neither human nor machine, no one can understand this. Only person on this planet who understand this is JVM. Okay, how did you get this JVM? Actually, JVM is sitting right now on the person's device, okay, who wants to play the game. How he got that? He actually went to, before reading the pubg.class file, what he did is he went to a website and downloaded Java, okay, downloaded Java onto his machine, which is actually this Java is meant for downloaded Java for Mac OS, okay. After downloading this thing, he got a person called JVM sitting on his machine. What is the use of this person? He can understand the pubg.class file, okay. This file is also called bytecode, okay. So this person who is sitting on Mac device will understand the .class file and will convert according to the Mac OS which it is sitting to a pubg.exe file, okay. What is meant by a exe file? Exe file is nothing but executable file. Got it? So any doubts till now? There is nothing. I think so. I think everyone. Hope everyone got clear. Shall I move forward?
It's clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear. Fantastic. Now, so till now, this is what we saw. Actually, and after that, what I said is I had shown you a bit of code, a piece of code, and mentioned you what exactly structure of Java will be there, Java class will be there, or Java code will be there. So this is a basic structure. What is the basic structure is any class, any code, even if you want to write pubg.c also, pubg.java also, there is a structure you need to follow as a developer. There is, that is a package. There will be a package. Am I right? A package, again on the day I mentioned that a package is nothing but a folder. For example, you are entered into an industry, and up two projects came to your desk. Okay, two projects, they told you to do two projects parallelly. So for one is you need to develop a project for hospital, okay, and the other one is you need to develop a guys, can you see my screen first of all?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, okay, okay. I thought I stopped sharing. Okay, so there are two projects in your hand right now. One is a project which is meant for hospital, and the other one which is a project for example, booking flights. Okay, booking. So These are two, nowhere these two are related to a single project. Am I right? So you need to maintain a project structure. Okay, project structure. For what is meant by project structure? Generally, every code should be written in a file which is extended with .java. Am I right? There can be n number of .java files. Got it? There can be n number of .java files. So n number of .java files which are actually related to hospital project only. So you need to keep all these files in a structure, in a folder called hospital. Are you getting now? So it's a kind of folder. Okay, folder. Let's make it as hospital. I think it's a very clear intention. Why you call it as a folder? You know, in your Windows, right? You actually keep everything in folders, right? Why? Because same set of data. Am I right? For example, if you create a folder called images, so there will be only images inside that folder. Am I right? So these folders are called packages in Java. Got it, ma? Any doubt? Is everything clear? Hello? Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So booking flight is also, we will create a folder for our project where we will store everything related to this project, and we will name it as a package. Okay. So, and inside this it contains its own .java files. Okay. So whatever it may be, there are n number of files with different extensions. Everything relates to flight booking. So this is called a package. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you develop a project, if you're starting developing a real-time project, first you need to know what is the package in which you will place everything related to that project. Okay. So generally in real time, write down some points. Write down. So in real time, in real time, we maintain package names. We name our packages with the reverse structure of your domain. Okay, with the reverse structure of your domain. For example, if you're trying to develop a package, if you're trying to develop a project called virtusa.com, okay, virtusa.com, and you're trying to develop a project for this company. So what do you need to do? You need to make your project package as com.virtusa. Got it? So whatever I am trying to say right now, we are actually practicing as a Java developer in real time industry. Okay, these points are very important. Why I am saying these points is, tomorrow, if you got a job and entered into a company, you should not see, when you see the screen, right? You should not see this as a new thing. Okay, why it was com dot and why everything is com dot. Okay, so package name should be reversal of your domain name. It can be a project or a company name, whatever it may be. Now, inside a package, there will be n number of classes. Okay, inside a package, there can be n number of classes. When I say classes, they are nothing but .java files. Okay, we will discuss about classes later. Got it? There is nothing but a .java files. So what are these .java files require? Contain, for example, you are trying to develop a game called PUBG. So what you will write? You will write PUBG.java. The code which is required to develop for PUBG.java will be written in a .java file, and this .java file you will consider it as a class. Okay. We will see more about what is a class now. And inside this class, every class in Java, write down one important point. Every class in Java, guys, when you completed writing, right, please let me know. Okay, every class in Java will contain three major elements. Okay, three major elements. One is variables. Okay, and the other one is methods. Okay, and the other one is blocks. LOCKs. Okay. Completed, no?
Yes, sir.
Everyone completed, right? Okay. So right now we came to know that there is a package for every Java class, and write down one more point. Write down one more point. There here itself, let's write it. If you don't create a package, if you don't create a package for your project or for your classes, if you don't create a package for your classes or project, Java will create a default folder for you or default package for you. Can I repeat?
Yes, sir.
If you do not create a package for your classes or project, Java will create a default package for you. Okay, Java will create a default package for you. Okay, we will see everything in Eclipse in a moment. Okay, whatever I am talking, but remember these points are very important in a real-time industry. Now see here, there will be a package, and the package name is com.virtusa. We created it, and inside this there will be a class called pubg.java. So generally a class will be identified like this. It will be public class pubg. Okay, so this is how it will be. The structure will be like this, the class structure. Okay, and do not try to understand what is public and what you can understand only. You need not understand right now what is public. So it is simply saying that this is a PUBG class or a .java file which contains the code related to the game. Got it? So what does how do you write the code? So we will write the code using three elements in Java. Okay, one is variables, methods, and blocks. Got it?
Blocks.
Got it, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So this is how I told you the structure of a Java class. Now let me clarify here itself. What is a class? Okay, let us imagine what is a class. What is a class? Okay, write down one point. A class is a blueprint. Okay, our class is a blueprint. Blueprint. It is like a plan or design for a building. Is like a plan or design for a real building. Is everyone completed, ma? Hello,
Yes, sir.
clear, right? So a class is like a blueprint. It is like a plan or design for a real building. For example, what is this? So someone tried to construct a building. Okay, if you want to construct a building, so what do you need? First, you need a plan on a
Land.
you need a plan on a piece of paper. Am I right? So what does that plan contain? It contain where does the kitchen exist, where does the bathroom exist, where does the hall exist. Am I right? So how much space you require and what are the elements you need to keep in that house. So everything comes in a plan. Can can someone say once the plan was written, once the plan was done, that means you drew the picture on the piece of paper. Okay, uh, guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you drew the picture on the piece of paper, can anyone say that is the real building?
No.
No. Am I right? So how does the real building comes? By observing this plan. By observing this plan, you will recruit someone. You will recruit the workers to construct a real building. Am I right? To construct a real building. So a plan in Java is just a class. That means I am saying to someone. Who is that someone? The someone is nothing but JVM. Got it in memory. So in class, generally to plan to building, we require some worker. Am I right? To construct a building for us. Similarly, a clan is like a class, and I am telling to a person called worker. He is a JVM to me. JVM. I am giving you the design. I need a real object. I need a real building in real time. When I say real, see here. So what happened? Tell me. In plan right now, our building is on piece of paper. Am I right? Now I told everything. I gave my plan to my worker, and what happened? He started building on a ground. Am I right? On a real ground. You need to register a land. You need to register a land, and on that land you will use some elements. Like, what are the elements you will use to construct a building? Bricks, right? Bricks, cement, and what else you need? Sand and water. Am I right? Small stones, whatever it may be, wood. So these are using these elements. I wrote everything what to use. I told everything inside my plan. Am I right? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
And I delivered that plan to a worker. So he started constructing me a building. Why? Because a land is already available for that plan. Am I right? Similarly, I am telling to JVM, I am writing everything inside my class. How and what, using what things, and how you should construct everything. I will written inside a class, and I will give it to JVM, and this guy will construct me a real building called object. Got it? Got it? Any doubt till now? Please ask me any doubt. Just a second, let me see. Guys, any doubt? Please switch on your mic. Vinay, okay, no. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine then. So, see here. Again, I will repeat. So, as a plan, I will include everything. What you should construct a building, and how you should construct a building. I will keep everything inside a plan. I will give it to the worker, and he will start constructing my real building. Similarly, I will write everything inside a class. For example, this class is written for what? A PUBG game. Let us think a PUBG game. So inside this class, I will write every code, every piece of code, and will deliver it to you, JVM. What is meant by piece of code? Using these three elements only. Got it? Boss, I need a real PUBG game. Right now it is just a plan. So you need to construct a real PUBG game for me inside memory so that I will utilize it. So JVM, what it will do? It will utilize these elements and will create a real building called object. Now where actually, see here. Now to construct for the worker, to construct a real building, he can utilize a land. He will have a land, right? A land should be registered. Similarly, the land here is memory for us to construct our objects. Got it, ma? Any doubts, ma? Please switch on your mics, guys. Everyone, I believe everyone. Anyone, please don't hesitate to ask me, okay? Because it should be a two-way communication. It's really boring if a speaker only speaks. Okay?
It's clear, sir.
Yeah, clear, right? Okay. Uh, is it not clear? Vinay? Can I repeat?
Sir, can you once again repeat that last few sentence what you told?
Yeah, okay. So here, just give me a second. Let me recap everything, okay? In a shortest way. So JVM, let's remove all the things related to JVM, okay? Let's construct a building. So what does plan contain? It contain, I will tell two things about inside this plan. What is it? What materials, okay? Uh, what materials? I will provide you the materials, okay? And I will provide you the materials. Just give me a second. And again, one more thing, what I say, how you utilize these materials. Am I right? Use these materials, and I will also say how to construct the building. Am I right? So these things we will tell to our worker, construct the building. Till now it is clear. I will provide you the materials like
Yes, sir.
water, sand, soil, and everything, whatever it may be to require. And I will tell you how to construct my building. For example, I need a big hall, I need a small kitchen. So I will tell how to do that, and I will also provide you the materials. Am I right? And then I will give to my worker. Now worker asks me where I need to construct. Okay, worker needs somewhere. Okay, you gave me the plan, but where I need to construct, then I will give you a land. Am I right? So I need a land to construct my building. So now this worker starts constructing my building utilizing this plan. Till now clear, ma? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everything clear, right? I hope there are 46 people around here. So I hope everyone is clear. Vinay, especially it's you, right? Who asked me. Okay. Vinay, is that clear, ma? Okay, fine. Now, similarly, I am comparing this plan with my class. Okay, a class in Java. What does a class contain? A class contain, again same thing. I will tell him I will provide you the materials, and what materials I will give you. Okay, what materials which are required to construct a building, and similarly same thing. How use these materials? Okay, use these materials. Use these materials, and I will also say how to construct by using these materials. How to construct the real building. So same thing I will tell in my class. Okay, let me write it down. Same thing I will tell it in my class. So how I will tell that? I will generally, what are the materials I am using here? I am using materials like oil, sand, whatever it may be. And I will tell you how to do that also. Similarly, how I can tell this? I will use elements like variables, methods, okay, and blocks. Using this thing, I will tell this two information for my JVM, okay, a worker called JVM. Got it? And JVM will ask where I need to do that. And that generally for the real worker, we need a land. Similarly for JVM, we need memory. Okay? In which memory or where in the memory I need to construct your building or object. Got it, ma? Everything clear? Can you guys acknowledge?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
It's clear,
Everything
sir.
clear, right? I think someone is admit. Yeah, okay, clear. Very good, fantastic. Now, so today we will see about one among the elements called variables. Okay, we will see that in a presentation. I'm not that good actually here, so let's look at the presentation. So right now we understood that okay, a class is like a plan, and inside a plan I will give the materials. I will give the materials, and I will tell my JVM use those materials, and I will also will tell you how to construct a building also. Okay, all you need to do is just construct. That's it. So the materials what I am saying are called variables. Okay, write down this point. I will tell you some points. Write down some points. A variable, a variable or an attribute. Okay, a variable or an attribute is a piece of memory. Okay, a variable or an attribute. Is everyone clear? Spelling and everything. So attribute.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
a variable or an attribute is a piece of memory. Is a piece of memory which is used to store data. Okay, a variable or an attribute is a piece of memory which is used to store data. Got it? So we in Java, write on that part. In Java, we store different types of data. We store different types of data related to our project. Okay, related to our project using variables. Everyone clear, ma? Did you wrote that point? Completed? Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. I hope everyone did that. So let's see.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so these are variables. Now imagine, see here, my students, this is the methodology I follow. So imagine a variable is just a piece of glass. Okay, it's a glass. Got it? It's a empty glass. It's a water glass. You will be there, right? So it's a kind of a tumbler. So you can store whatever you want in the empty glass. Am I right? You can store water. You can store the any kind of juice. Am I right? So it is up to you what to fill in this glass. If the glass is empty, it is up to you what to fill in this glass. Am I right? So this is, and what is nothing but the data. Got it, ma? What is a variable? Tell me. What is a variable? Can you please tell out anyone? What is a variable? Why it is using? Why we are using variable? You wrote right now.
To store the data.
To store the data. Am I right? Here there are different types of data that can be stored. Okay, in real time. So we will see one by one. What is it? Okay, generally once the empty glass was given to you, two questions will come to you. Am I right? How much will you fill? Okay, the empty glass was there, and you have something, you decided something. Okay, either water or juice you want to fill. Now it is up to you how much you want to fill. Are you getting now? So based on the quantity of liquid you have, you will increase the level of variable. Got it? We have different sizes of glasses. Am I right? So there can be small glass, bigger one. Am I right? So based on the quantity you prepared in your home, if you are preparing some 1 liter of juice, you need to store it in a 1 liter bottle. You cannot store it in a half-liter bottle. Am I right? So we we decide the size of the variable based on the size of data you are storing. Got it? Are you getting, ma?
Yes,
Everyone?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, similarly, where I need to store this glass of water. Okay. So here the glass was ready and the material was also ready. Whether you decided to store a glass of water or to store some glass of juice. Now, and you also decided the size of glass based on your quantity you have in your hand. Now where I need to store that glass. Once it got filled, you want to store somewhere, okay? In order to use it, if you want to drink it, you can utilize it readily, and we have some concept for that. And if you want to store it, to utilize it at evenings, if you want to drink it at evening, you need to store it somewhere. Am I right? So that using these three things, the conversation between JVM and computer will happen. Or are you getting me, everyone? Once JVM know what kind of data the developer is having in his hand to store, and what kind of data, that means what type of data, whether it is a glass of water or whether he is having a juice. So JVM will request computer, okay, Mr. Computer, I need some memory. Okay, I need some memory to store something, because that guy, the developer is killing me to store something, to store the data of him. Okay, so JVM and computer, it's a serious conversation will happen. Okay, then what will happen is computer will allocate free some memory for our variable. Okay, we will see everything in detail. Till now, any doubt, ma? Till now, any doubt?
No, sir, it's clear.
Everything is clear, right? Once the variable,
Yes, sir.
once the, yes, got it. Once the content was ready, once the type of data you decided, whether water or juice, JVM will ask for a glass from the computer, and how much glass computer will ask. Then JVM will show how much quantity of juice or water that person is holding. Then JVM will provide that much size of glass to you. Got it? Then JVM will pour that liquid into that glass. This is the story happens every time, every continuously in your code. Okay? And we'll speak about memory in a moment. Okay? Don't worry about that. So write down one point. Write down some points. So classification of variables in Java. Okay? We classify variables considering two scenarios. Okay? We classify variables considering two scenarios. Okay, ma? Considering two scenarios. One is based on data type. Okay? Based on data type. And the second one is based on scope. You can see my screen if you want any spellings or all this. Okay? So we classify variables based on data type and based on scope. Got it, ma? Did everyone wrote it down? Can I go forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Guys, if any kind of doubt, please feel free. Okay, feel free. Raise your voice, because in real time industry, right, when you entered into a company or organization, you should question your org manager before. For example, you should not do the task without understanding, right? If a task is coming to your sprint or agile board or on your desk, boss, you should do it. Then you should have a free voice to question your manager. Am I right? Why I should do that? Because if without understanding, are you getting? So please, my students, please open your mic. Any doubt, raise your mic. Okay, got it? Everyone clear, ma?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's make it a practice, because learning Java is very important compared to raising your voice in real time. Okay. Okay, because this is the problem we developers generally feel. If you hesitate without getting a clarification and you started the work, okay, this will give you a lot of problems. It comes through experience. Okay, so try to bypass. I'm giving you a free chance. Open your mic and ask me questions. Okay, okay. So let's get move forward. So what is the point we wrote? Can anyone read it out for me?
We classify variables considering two variables. One is data type, second one is scope.
No. Considering two scenarios, not variables.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one is data type and the other one is scope. So why does this require is, now JVM and computer are seriously having discussion, because you wrote some line in your code. Okay, you wrote something in your code which invoked JVM to go to computer and ask some memory. Okay, something you wrote in your code, and while compiling and while executing, JVM came to that line. Okay, we will see in a moment how execution will happen. And JVM immediately thought that, boss, I need some memory to execute this line. So immediately it will go to computer and will ask computer, boss, I need some memory. Then computer will ask you how much memory or how much size of memory you want. Are you getting? So basically, write down one point. Write down one point. There are different types of data. There are different types of data to store in memory of a computer. Okay, to store in memory of a computer, and the size of the memory to store your data, and the size of the memory to store your data will be defined or will be allocated, will be defined or allocated, okay, based on a data type in Java. Got it?
Sir, please repeat.
Okay. Can anyone tell me what is the beginning point I wrote? I told you once.
Okay, sir.
There are different types of
Once read
data.
it out. Yeah. Please read it out.
There are different types of data to store a memory of a computer, and the size of the memory to store the data will be defined based on a data type in Java.
Based on data type in Java. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Who asked me? Vinay, did you complete at the point? Now is it clear? Vinay or
Yes,
someone
sir.
who rose that question. Okay. Shall I proceed?
Okay, sir. Proceed.
Yeah. Okay. So based on the data type. So we have different types of data in Java to store in memory. Okay. We will see what are they. Different types of data means. So generally there will be a variable, and inside that variable you can store different types of liquids. Am I right? One is a water and other one is a juice, whatever it may be. So similarly to store, juice. So similarly to store, we have different types of data in Java. Okay. So among them, write down that point. So data types are classified into two types. Okay. Data types are classified into two types. One is primitive data type, okay, and the other one is object reference or complex data type. Okay, one is primitive data type or object reference or complex data type. Okay, so what does a data type is showing here is JVM will immediately JVM, when it saw some line in your code, it went to, you wrote something and we will see what is that something. Okay, it invoked JVM to go and request computer, boss, I need some memory. Then computer will ask, yeah, can you hear me? Is there anyone? Anyone is asking me something? Anyone ask? Okay. Okay. So JVM, I hope everything was clear. Okay. Now JVM, what it does is it went to the computer, boss, I need some memory. Then computer will ask what type of data you are storing. Okay. So that will be defined based on the data type which you are writing in the line in your code. Okay. So data type itself is saying, so there are different types of data. So someone should identify what type of data you are storing. So there are two classifications. One is primitive and the other one is object reference. Okay, ma? Shall I move forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when I speak about primitive, write down. So primitive data types are general data types to be stored in a computer. Okay, to be stored in a computer. Primitive data types are general data types to be stored in a computer. So basically, what do you store in computer? Tell me. We can store numbers. Am I right? And come on, tell me. What else you can store? Anyone? Let's guess before going to that screen. Tell me, guys. Give me one by one. What else you store in?
Numbers, decimals, true or false.
True or false? And
I mean
Char-
boolean, sir. That is boolean.
Boolean
characters.
and
Characters.
characters. Exactly. Are you getting? So these are different kinds of data we will store in computer, and this all generic data will be classified as primitive data types. Okay, so there are numbers 1, 2 and 0 and whatever it may be, and alphabets or characters like A, B, C, and special characters like ampersands, percentile, and all these things, and decimals will be a point values. Am I right? 12.3, 13.4, whatever it may be, and true or false. Got it? So write down these primitive data types once classification. Okay, if possible, write down integer and alphabet or characters, decimals, and true or false. Okay. Now, based on these four data types, we have some names. We named this group, okay? We named this group of integer data. If, for example, if there is a kind of integer data you're trying to share, so Java had provided some special data type names, okay? We will see what are they. So see here. So the special type, for example, if you are going for a numeric, okay, numerics are nothing but integers, I said, am I right? So for integers, we have these many data types, okay? Write down one by one. I will tell you, write down under some points. For integer data type, okay, for to store or not for integer data, to store some integers, in memory, okay, to store some integers in memory, we have 4 data types, okay? We have 4 data types, okay? Write down one by one. Byte, short, okay, int, and long, okay? To store integers or numbers in computer, in memory, we have 4 data types in Java: byte, short, int, and long. Okay, ma? Can I go ahead? This is very important point. Ma? Why? Because variables, see, I will tell you one point. In real time, right, when you're developing complex projects, the entire data, you should understand how a variable will be stored in memory and how we fetch data from a variable. Why? Because this is very important point. Why? Because our entire Java project, it can be a aerospace project, whatever it may be, it all revolves around a concept called data, okay? Java, even though we have different languages, even though running in market, why we are actually coming to Java is we are very good at data management. Got it? Very good at data management. See how many data types are there to store some data in your memory. And one more thing is we are very good at, we Java developers are very good at securing our data. For example, you went to a bank ATM machine, okay? Generally in bank project, for example, you are trying to develop a bank, okay? Your bank project, you start with a bank class, and inside class public class bank, and inside bank, to store your data, for example, to store the name of your account of a person, so we will store in a variable. Got it? So variables are that much important. The passwords of everything of your account will be stored in a variable. Got it, ma? So understanding variable is very important. And tomorrow we will see, not tomorrow, in the further class we will see how you will secure your data, how you provide encapsulation or different security technologies like Spring authentication and authorization for your variables. Okay, so we will see in our further classes. Got it? So why I'm stressing this point is understanding a variable is very important in Java. Got it, ma? Everyone clear? Why I am stressing a simple concept called variables?
Yes, sir.
All your data of your project, we actually developed a Java project circling your data. Got it? So where does data stored? Actually data is storing inside these variables, okay? And one more thing, we saw that there are right now, what did you write the point? Tell me, can anyone repeat what is the point you wrote?
To store integers in memory, we have 4 data types:
Hmm.
byte, short, int, long.
So this is a question you should get. Integers are nothing but some scale between -2 plus, am I right? -1 to +1. Imagine -1, 0, and 1. These are all called integer lines. So it is very clear. You are going to store an integer. Then why 4 types are there for to store an integer value? If you want to store 1, you can have an integer data type. If you want to store -1, it is also an integer, so you can store it in an integer. Why there are 4 classifications? Can anyone answer me?
Depending upon size.
Exactly. Very good. So depending upon the size of the data, the size or how big your number you are storing. If you are storing one, you just may require just some kind of bytes or enough. But if you want to store a size of a planet sun or size of a star sun, am I right? For example, if you want to store the distance between earth and sun, if you want to store the distance between galaxy to galaxy, am I right? So the integer, the number, the size of the number is getting increased, am I right? Anything, any doubt till now? Got it,
No,
ma?
sir.
So depending on the size of memory, see here. So depending on size of the value of integer you are storing, our computer will give that much bigger class. Are you getting? If you are storing just a simple data, it will give you small cup. If you are storing some more bigger, it will give you bigger cup. If you are storing very bigger values, it will give you a bigger cup for your numbers. Are you getting, ma? Now,
Yes, sir.
now let me just a second. So, okay. So, did you understand, ma? So, if you are trying to store, smaller values means write down one point. What is meant by smaller values? Write down. So, if you are storing 8 bits of data. So, you wrote one by one, right? Byte, short, int, and long. Am I right? You wrote. Did you wrote one by one? Byte, short, int, and long.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. In front of byte, write down. In front of byte, I mean bytes hyphen 8 bits of data. Okay, 8 bits of data. Okay, and the range is from, and the range, that is hyphen again. After 8 bits of data, again hyphen. It will be from minus 28 to 27 plus 27. Okay, minus 1, minus 128 to plus 127. Next, similarly for short, if you are increasing the bits, you are going to use, for example, if you are trying to save 16 bits of data, so write down that one in front of short hyphen 16 bits of data, 16 bits of data, and hyphen minus 32,000. Okay, minus 32,768 to, okay, let me write it down here. See my screen. Let me remove all these things. So it will be byte like this. Okay, byte, and byte is nothing but 8 bits of data, and it is from minus 127 to plus 128. Okay, minus 128 to plus 127. Like this, you need to mention it. Okay, so what actually I am writing here is, when I am trying to say, I am trying to store a value called 10, for example, inside a computer. Okay, can computer understand what is meant by 10? Can anyone tell me? For example, if I want to store, a number called 45, can computer understand 45?
No, sir.
No, sir.
What computer will understand actually?
Binary
Zeros and
Binary
ones.
line.
and ones.
Very good. So before storing it in in my class or a variable, I need to convert this 45 into the binary format of the 45. Are you getting me? So these are called bits. Got it? This thing what I am writing here are called bits. So in this bits, 8 bits I am storing in my byte data type variable. Got it, ma? Why these are called bits? Any doubt, ma?
No, sir.
Actually, to the even you can go still more deeper, because you guys are freshers, I believe, and you are continuing in engineering, I believe that. So you know how these bits will be converted. We have separate codes, right? Digital. Anyone is having digital engineering code like 8421 codes. Am I right? 8421, 2428. There are separate codes, right? 2428. Anyone is having idea on this? You know, I believe everyone is engineering guy in this or some other maths background or anyone. So there we have actually binary codes. Okay, 8421. 8421 means how does 8421 come into picture? It will be the 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2. Am I right? Are you getting any idea what I'm saying? So, guys, please let me know. What I'm trying to say, okay, leave about this. What I'm trying to say is somehow 45 will be converted into binary code using some binary code languages. Okay, we will not convert it randomly as 00001. We have some binary codes. Computer will work it out for us and will convert 45 into bits, and these bits will be filled inside our glass, which is of type byte. Okay, any doubt till now? Please tell me. I will repeat it again.
No, sir.
Everything clear, right? So
Yes, sir.
similarly for int, okay, after byte, if the data is much bigger, if the numbers we are storing are much bigger, that is of 16 bits, okay, much bigger, that is a range between minus, write it down, minus 32,768 to, okay, 32,767. Got it? So if the number ranges between these two, it will be stored in short data type. Okay, short data type variable. And the other one is int. Similarly, if the number is bit bigger, that means if it is using 32 bits, okay, 32 bits, we are actually storing from, write down this point, minus 2147. I will try to give you this a cheat code here, but anyway, write it down, or else you can get it from the internet. You can so go, okay, 4822147483647. So if the range is between these two numbers, we will store it in int data type variable. Generally, in general. Okay, after this point, we will write down one point. Okay, if it is much bigger, then we will go for long, and the obviously the bits what we are going to get is 64 bits. Okay, try to get the range for long. Okay, you can work it out by getting the range for the long. Got it, till now? Why we have the most important point you need to understand here is two things. Computer will not understand human understand high level code. Okay, so 45 is a high level code. What is meant by high level code? Human understandable code. So human can understand what is 45, but computer will understand only binary data. So it will be converted to binary data and it will be stored according to the size of the glass. When I say if you're trying to store water in a glass, you need to know how much water you need to store. Okay, so based on the water quantity, the glass will be created among this. If your water is too big, for example, if your water is a 10-liter water you're having, then computer will provide you a long size glass. Okay, if you are actually having a 1-liter glass, 1-liter water, computer will provide you int size water bottle, I mean glass. Okay, and if it is much smaller, and if it is much smaller. Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Everything clear? Write down one point. Write down. In real time, in real time, we generally use long data type variables. In general, in real time, we generally use long or int data type variables to store numbers in project. Okay, are you getting me? To store long and int, to store our variable integer type variables or numbers in memory. Okay, long or int. Everyone clear? Did you write it down? Guys, can you hear me? Everyone clear now? Hello. Everything is clear, right? So why? Because why I said that point is why we developers generally use only long and int in real time, because imagine this is very easy answer. See, if the glass is bigger, right? Today you created a data of long, okay? What or short? Let us imagine a small class, okay? Tomorrow suddenly someone, your boss, told you to use that same variable to store the distance between Hyderabad and Mumbai. Am I right? So again, you need to remove the data type of that variable and you need to use a kind of short or int. Am I right? So again, that's a rewrite again. You declared a variable, you wrote some variable with data type byte. Let us imagine. So why? Because today requirement is very small. What is that? To store number of count, for example, 10 people in a room. So it is very easy to store. Tomorrow your boss told use the same variable and store the distance between the Hyderabad and Mumbai. Are you getting? Or Bangalore. So that is a big number. So now your byte data type or small class cannot store the variable data. So again you will remove that byte data type. Again you will write with short or int. So tomorrow again your boss told calculate the distance between sun and moon and store it in the same variable. So again you will remove this and write this one. Are you getting me? So to avoid that, let's create a variable from the longer one. Are you getting? So what will happen? Tell me. In this variable, I can store the distance between sun and moon. I can store the distance between moon and Bangalore and Hyderabad. I can store even the distance between or to count just 2 or 3 people. Am I right? Everything can fit in this glass. Am I right, ma? Maybe the glass may be filled half or above half or full. This glass is enough to fill all the data, all the remaining primitives of integers. Am I right, ma? Uh, any
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, everything clear, right? So,
Yes, sir.
so that is why I told we developers as a Java developers in real time, we use only this two data types to store numbers. Similarly for int. So after that, what we have? We have characters. So we have a data type called char. Right now. So we store single characters. We store single characters. Okay, using a data type called char. Got it, ma? We store single characters. We store single characters in bracket. Write down like this: A, A or B or okay, or any kind of symbol, special character. Okay, write down like this. Using a data type called char. Got it? So see here. This is very interesting point you should know. Can a computer understand what is a character? Can a computer understand what is A? This is a question for you. Can a computer understand what is A? Hello.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So it can understand only zeros and ones. Am I right? So write down that point. Every character or every character or every number will be converted into binary using a standard called okay using a standard called ASCII. Okay, see here, ASCII. Okay, ASCII code. So this is called ASCII code. It is abbreviated as write down in ASCII code in bracket American standard code for information interchange. Okay, just give me a second, guys. So guys, is everything clear, ma?
Yes, sir.
So actually, to character or whatever it may be, computer will convert into a binary code using a standard code called ASCII code, American Standard Code for. This is a general, this is a universal code we developed actually. How a computer should store A inside a computer. Okay, how many bits it should store. Okay, are you getting me? Right on. Generally in front of character, we will wrap this class today. Okay, generally in front of character, we can say that it is going to store 16 bits of data. Okay? 16 bits of data. Okay, ma? And similarly, to store data like true or false, we use Boolean. We use Boolean and it will be true or false. Okay, ma? So true or false, it is very clear to mention that either 0 or 1. Got it? So this is very important point. Under this chart, right? You prepare a chart like this with all the information like this and clearly write down these headings like this. So data type, okay, and what is this bits is the bits depth, okay, bits depth, okay, 8 bits, 16 bits. These are called bits depth, okay, and the last one is the range. The last one is range. Got it, ma? Everyone clear? Is everything clear? So this is just different data types in and which are primitive type data types in Java. Okay. Actually, we didn't see what is a variable exactly and how to write a code for variable. Okay. We will see it in the next class. Okay. Don't try to miss the class. It's very important. Why? Because we will speak about how JVM and where JVM will create the variable when you write a code. Okay, there are different types of memories in Java where it will do it. Okay, very interesting code. We'll try to do it from the next class. Any doubts for today? I will try to wrap the class. Is everything clear?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
one
sir.
more thing I need to get, because these are initial sessions, right? Yeah, guys. Thank you. So these are initial session, right? Is this speed okay for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I wrote only one response. I hope everyone is clear with the speed. Okay,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay then. Okay, guys. Catch you later then. We'll meet again on Monday. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Have a nice day, guys. Bye. Happy weekend. Okay, guys.